Hi, it's Clark Reid, back with today's tech headlines. Please give us a like if you think about it, if you like the reports. Tap that like button, and you can also subscribe. You can hit the little bell icon and know when each new report is up and ready for you to either watch or read or whatever your pleasure is. The Pixel 11 series is going to get a price increase. Google has confirmed it, and 9to5Google.com reports Google is blaming it on the severe shortage of RAM memory chips, which is affecting all smartphones. The shortage has bumped wholesale prices on 1 gig of RAM from $2.80 in 2025 to $12 this year. That's a hell of a price hit. Google will trim the entry-level Pixel 11 back to 16 gigs to 12 gigs of RAM, and the rumored starting price on all the phones will likely go up about $100, similar to what we're hearing from Apple about its new phones coming out in September. Thank you, friendly neighborhood AI company and giant data centers for this, as they've hoarded a giant chunk of memory chip supply worldwide for those data centers. Apple, for its part, has a higher-end MacBook coming, dubbed the Ultra so far. According to MacRumors.com, that is, here are some of the highlights from some of the analysts. One of the banner features is reported to be a touch screen exclusively made for Apple by Samsung. It'll have a hole punch camera instead of the notch at the top. And the Ultra is supposed to be noticeably thinner and lighter than the present MacBook Pros. Part of the way they achieve that is by a hybrid OLED panel, which sheds a layer needed by the mini LED backlight screen. Apple's been working on a reinforced hinge, too, so that the top part of the screen doesn't wobble when you touch the touchscreen. Mark Gurman at Bloomberg says the form factor will stay pretty similar. 14 and 16-inch sizes, keyboard and trackpad will stay about the same. And on the downside, it looks like they'll take away the HDMI, MagSafe, and SD card slots. Besides the price, this will be a deal breaker for me. I need the HDMI and all of the USB-C ports to run my recording system. The Ultra should be out in early 2027. Amazon is aiming to launch up to 5,105 satellites in low Earth orbit, and Gadget.com notes that SpaceX has thousands of satellites in orbit already, but those primarily support their satellite-based internet service, Starlink. Amazon has a different idea. They want to provide voice, messaging, data, and emergency service connections to smartphones and other mobile devices that are out of normal cellular range. Apple's partnered with a satellite company, and it does a more limited version of this. They offer emergency service and short text, but Amazon, in offering actual voice service to the public, would be making quite a jump. Amazon just has a few hundred of the satellites in orbit so far, but they plan to launch a limited service a little later this year. OpenAI's ChatGPT is now refusing to copy the, quote, exact style of various authors. ArsTech.com reports that the large language model will still offer to capture the, quote, feeling by incorporating some of the common features found in the author's work. Now, if that seems like splitting hairs to you, you aren't alone. It may be enough, though, for OpenAI to dodge legal action by authors who have alleged large-scale copyright infringement due to the models trained on their work. In the U.S., copyright law generally protects only specific expression of an idea, not the more intangible style of an author. But the AI-generated stylistic imitation could become infringing if it becomes, quote, substantially similar, unquote, to the work of the original author. Will this be enough to avoid more litigation? Well, that's a good question. Stay tuned. I'm Clark Reid, and you're Technified for now.